Hi everyone, this is Catherine Schamberger and this is my quiz number 2 review, and I picked question 2, which states James is hooked up to an IV for his weekly medication at the clinic. Instead of his usual meds, the IV infuses lemon juice into James's vein and he dies. The clinic workers all swear that they have no idea how the lemon juice got into the IV bag, but James's family sues anyway, since no one but clinic staff ever had access to the IV. The clinic's defense is that James's family can't prove anyone at the clinic did anything wrong. Based on these facts and the general principles explained in the textbook, how can the family overcome this defense? For this question, I picked the option, the family can argue res ipsa loquitur as the answer, and I chose this because since James's family doesn't have any concrete evidence in proving the defendant, who in this case is the clinic, acted unreasonable or breached a duty, they can use the res ipsa loquitur doctrine as their defense because their evidence is basically circumstantial. Although they do know the clinic is liable for his death, because they have ownership over the IV bags and no one else does, they don't have sufficient evidence to prove it or, to directly pinpoint the defendant as the one who's liable for the incident. So with the res ipsa loquitur doctrine, James's family doesn't need to supply the court with direct evidence of the clinic's negligence, but show the IV bag or bags were owned and or controlled by the clinic during the time of James's visit for his weekly medication, along with 3 other elements which are listed in the book on page 78, I believe, which also go into more detail on what needs to be what needs to be required in order to file a res ipsa loquitur claim or defense. And I was also able to find the case, even though it's in Missouri, I was able to find the case Williams v. Bayer Corp, which also has the same, the similar situation, and I was able to find the res ipsa loquitur doctrine in here, basically just giving the definition of it. So I'll just highlight it or add a note, highlight it so you guys can see it a little bit more and blow it up. 1 second. Every time, never fails. There we go. Okay. The doctrine of res ipsa loquitur is a rule of evidence that permits a jury to infer from circumstantial evidence that the defendant is negligent without requiring that the plaintiff prove defendant's specific negligence. Sorry about that. And that is why I chose the answer. The family can argue res ipsa loquitur to overcome the defense that the clinic was indeed liable for James's death. And that is the end of my quiz review. Thank you.